Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to dive into the building the JSON Data Transformer API in the Golang app. So whether you are looking for with the data pipelines integrated within the external APIs or processing the logs, this API will help you easily transform JSON data into the different formats. So let's get started. So first, let's quickly define what a JSON Data Transformer API is. It is it is essentially a RESTful API that can process, modify, and convert the JSON data into the various format like CSV, XML, or even another JSON structure. This is useful in the several scenarios like when you need to prepare the data for the storage or analytics, or reformat the API response, or convert the JSON logs for the easier storage. So here are the some common use case where you had typically use the JSON Transformer API. So first one is a data processing pipeline. So it will prepare and transform incoming JSON data before the storage. Then afterwards, API gateways format a JSON response just before the receiving the response coming from the external APIs. Then afterwards, ETL also extract, transform, and load pipelines that is actually used for the convert our JSON to the CSV analytics. Then afterwards, also we will also use log processing. So reformat the JSON logs before the storing them into the database. So now we are building our app using this kind of commands. First one is we will make the directory. So I have already created one directory. So I have already created one directory. So now we will set up our project. So first one, I will create one file which is called the go mode init. Go mode init. Here one folder we will create which is called the JSON Transformer API. Yeah. Then afterwards, JSON Transformer API. So now it is a created one model which is called github.com Drusha and JSON Transformer API. Now we will create a folder structure, and also we need to move this file into the this one. Open integrated terminal, not required. We will create one file which is called the main.go. Then afterwards, then afterwards, we need to install the necessary dependency. So first one is we will install the Gene framework. So go get github.com / gene gonic gene. Okay, we need to once again go into the directory and then afterwards copy this command. So now it is a created one file which is called the go.sum, and here it is a actually dependencies are installed with this kind of a frameworks when I have installed the particular package. Then afterwards one more package we will install, which is for go fiber. So fiber framework we will integrate. This is alternative framework we have installed. Go get github.com go fiber. Then afterwards go get github.com / go Karina go CSV. So it is added with this number. We will check whether it is included in the code.sem file. So this kind of a framework it is installed with Go CSV. Look at github.com/Joho. Then afterwards go dot env. So it is installed .env package for load the environment variables. Now we will create one more file which is for the main.go. Okay, it is already created. Sorry. So now we will set up our project using the Gene framework. So package main, then afterwards import package github.com. net/http function main. So this framework, Gene framework, which is used for the create the HTTP server in the group. Create the HTTP server go. Then afterwards log actually provides the logging capability to record the errors. Provides the logging capabilities for the application. Then afterwards net HTTP it is for the standard Go package for handling HTTP response and status codes. Go provides HTTP client response and status codes. Then afterwards routers in dot default so this initialize the new Gene router with a default middleware. New Gene router with default middleware. Then afterwards we need to define router dot get function contact. So basically uh, So this will define the route that listen for the HTTP GET request on the root URL. Then afterwards, this one handler function that respond to the request, and here we will send the response with the JSON 200 status code. So here we need to pass the HTTP status. Okay, so it will actually allow the 200 status code. Then afterwards we will send our message using gene.h. Gene.h actually is a JSON object containing message. So it is JSON object containing message. Now we will check a error router.run, and we will allow the 8080, and we will simply return this fail to start the server. We will run our server on the port number 8080. If the server fails to start, then it will throw this error along with the log message. So now we will check on the browser. Okay, we need to restart the server. For that, we need to run this command: go run main dot. Okay, we need to remove this. So this will running our server using 8080 port number. Now we will check on the browser. So here you can see we will sending our response, welcome to JSON Transformer API. Now we will our set up the code. Just before that set up the code, we will see what kind of a log it is giving in the running command prompt. So we will switch into the VS Code once again. So here you can see it is getting the response, getting the request in the 200 status. Once again we will hit the API and check. Yeah, now I think so. Here you can see once again it is a hitting 200 status with the API request using the default port 8080 using Gene framework. Now we will set up our code using the Fiber framework. So we will this is the Gene framework, and we will comment out this code. or what we can do here it is, uh, we will simply create one more file which is called the um, okay, we will not set up any separate file. We will just comment out this code, and once again also we need to comment out this code, and what we can do here it is, we need to install we do not I think we have already installed the fiber framework. Fiber, yes, fiber it is already installed. So what we can do here it is, we will import github.com/go fiber version 2. Then afterwards, fiber framework is used to create the HTTP server. So what we can do here it is, app fiber.new. So now we will start our writing the code for the fiber. So we need to define the routes, app.get fiber.ctx. Okay. Then afterwards, same thing, we will return our response. So this code actually write a new instance of the fiber web application, and this one is defining the route using the get request, and this is the root path of that get request. Then afterwards, when a request is made to this route, it will return the JSON response. So here it will return the welcome to JSON Transformer API using framework, and we will start the fiber web server and listen on the port number 8080. So now we will stop our server and clear the command prompt messages, and then once again we will run this file. So fiber version 2.52.6, and it is running in this port, and here you can see handlers, it is showing 2 processes, it is running 1, and PID. Okay, now we will switch into the Chrome browser and once again reload the page. Here you can see welcome to JSON Transformer API using the Fiber framework. So now we will switch into the okay, here it is not showing anything. So now we have already set up our Fiber framework and as well as the Gene framework. So we will understand the what is the difference between actually two frameworks when we are working with the apps. So performance wise, Gene is faster because it will follow the net HTTP framework, but Fiber is even also faster because it is built on the fast HTTP, and the fast HTTP engine is Go. Actually, it is consumed by the Go language itself. So when it comes to the memory usage, Fiber has a lower footprint and making it more optimized for the speed. So if the speed is your number one priority, the Fiber might be your best bet. Then afterwards, API and ease of use. So Gene is use the gene.context, and Fiber it is use the fiber.ctx. So both feel the similar to the Express.js and making them developer friendly. Then afterwards, middleware handling. So middleware handling is a different. Gene follows the Go standard using the gene.handler function, while Fiber simplifies things with the fiber.handler. Then afterwards, we will use the error handling. So error handling is a built-in into the Gene framework, but Fiber allows the more custom error handling. So if you love the Express.js and want a familiar syntax, the Fiber is easier. But if you want to better the middleware structuring, Gene wins. Then afterwards, we will consume the middleware and an ecosystem. So Gene has been around longer, meaning it has a richer ecosystem with a more community driven middleware, but Fiber has a newer but rapidly growing. Some features in the Fiber require the third party middleware. Compatibility wise, Gene works great with the net HTTP framework, but while Fiber uses the fast HTTP, which is not a 100% compatible. So Gene has a rich ecosystem, and if you are looking for stability and more available to the middleware, then Gene wins. But the Fiber is catching up fast. Then we will go to the concurrency and scalability. So Gene use the Go Net HTTP package which support the concurrency natively, and Fiber use the fast HTTP which is single threaded but highly optimized. Gene has a better WebSocket and streaming support, while Fiber focuses on the row speed. Then afterwards, WebSocket support. So WebSocket support and streaming support is the Gene has better, while Fiber on the row speed it is allowed. So if you need the WebSocket or real time streaming, so Gene is better. But if you are building high performance microservices, then Fiber is the way to go. Then afterwards, learning curve and documentation. So Gene requires the knowledge of a Go's net HTTP package and making it slightly more complex. But that Fiber is easier, especially for the JavaScript Express.js developer. So Gene has a better documentation and community support, while Fiber community is still growing. So if you are just getting started with the Fiber, then it is easier to learn. But if you need more learning resources, then Gene is a safer bet. Then I think in microservices. So basically, when to use and where to use. So microservices is a good with the Gene framework, but a fiber with excellent. So if you need the blazing fast APIs, then go with the Fiber. But if you want to better middleware support and WebSocket, then go with the Gene. And GraphQL also support in the Gene framework excellent, and Fiber also good. And if you are beginner, then go with the Fiber framework because it is easier to learn. In a Gene, it is a slightly complex syntax. It is a documentation actually have. So that is the reason. So there are the differences in the Gene and Fiber we have discussed. Now we will take 2 minutes break. So now we will once again go to the VS Code, and now we have a framework which has a created. So now what we have to do is, when I'm running the command, and along with the command argument I will pass which kind of a framework it is need to run. I just need to pass the command argument. For example, if I'm passing the gene, then it is a running our gene server, and if it is I'm passing the argument fiber, then it is a started the fiber framework. So let's get started. So I will create one more function which is called the function start gene. Then what I have to do is, we have already set up this framework, gene framework. So that code I will move into the gene framework, and I will uncomment this code, and I will once again uncomment this code. And net http package, we need to net http. Then afterwards and for the fiber framework we will create one more function, and we will basically this code I will move into this this function, and we will run our app in 9090 port, so that it will not conflict the existing port when we are running both app. Okay, now what we can do here, it is app and person. So first we write app then here we need to use JSON transformer. We will not use the gene transform API. Here we will use gene fiber CLI usage simple CLI to start the HTTP server using gene or fiber server. Then afterwards we will provide here command list commands. So command defines the available command for the CLI app, and this one is, each command is represented as a CLI.command structure inside the slice. So first one command we will provide name gene. Name gene. Then afterwards usage, start the HTTP server using gene framework. Action, we will define start gene and return no error. Then afterwards name fiber, usage, start the HTTP server using the fiber framework. Action, we need to import our necessary packages here. So first one is FMT, then afterwards log, then afterwards OS. FMT imported but not used. I think FMT package is not required. Log is already there. OS is not required also. I think we need to actually okay, we will need to run this app now. Error app.run OS arguments. So here it is accepting our arguments, and if it is something error, then it will return the error. Okay, here we need to import our OS packages. Yes. Now we will stop our running existing app and clear this thing. Okay, undefined CLI. So we need to install one package which is called the unframe CLI version 2. So go get github.com/urfav urfav CLI version 2. Yeah, now install it. Once again we will run this package. Okay, we have not imported this package, so what we can do here it is, we will simply copy this thing, and I think here you just need to pass and save it and check whether it is okay. Now I think it is perfectly running. So this package is used for the simply way to build the command line application, and it is widely used for the developing the command line interface tool in the Go language. So it will provide the CLI compatibilities for the application. So now run this go run main.go. Okay, so here you can see we have not provided one command argument. We need to pass also command argument. So I am first passing the gene framework. So it is a started the server using 8080 port. But if we need to run one more setup, go run main.go with fiber, then it is running or not, we will check. Okay, we need to go with this one. Yeah. So now you can see we will run both of the apps separately using the command line interface. So this one, first one app is running on the 8080 port, and second app it is running on the 9090 port. So now we will check on the browser. So we will customize the message API gene API. Restart the server, gene server. Once again, restart the server and see this message is running. This port is running with the gene framework 8080, and now we will check 9090. So this is the running on 9090 port using the fiber framework. And here you can see both of the app is running. So this is how we have set up for gene and fiber framework. And now we will integrate with our GitHub setup. So I have already set up GitHub account only. So if you are not set up with the GitHub account, then please I will request you to set up the GitHub account, and then afterwards what you can do here it is go to GitHub profile, go to repository and create a new one and name your repository name. And after it is created, go to here, follow these steps. First one is git init. So go to the root folder of the project, paste it, git init. So it will initialize the dot git. Okay. So here I have run this command git init. So it will create a one folder which is called the dot git. Then afterwards, once again go to the browser and copy all this command and paste it here in a separate untitled file, and one by one we will copy paste the command. So here you can see there is no readme file, so it is a created. Okay, so it is not created, so that is the reason we do not need to require the creating the readme file, but it is not mandatory, but I will create it. Instead of git add dot readme, we will use git add dot. So it will stage all the files. Then afterwards, here we will use the git command, first commit JSON API logger app. So it will commit all the files. We will create the main branch. Right now we are landing on the master branch, but now we will main branch we will create. So it will switch to the main branch. So git branch. So right now it is a one branch which is called the main branch. It is created. Now you just need to copy paste this command and paste it here. I have so I'm not suggesting you to add my this URL. You just need to create your own one and just add it here. So here it will remote URL it is added. Now we will push our code. So all the code it is containing in the GitHub repository. So now once again go to the browser and refresh the content. So our code is containing in the GitHub repo. Now go to VS Code and create one more branch, which is for create new branch from. So it is asking for which branch we need to create from. So we will allow the main branch, and then afterwards we will give one more branch which is called the part-1 gene and fiber part-1. So it is created, and git branch once again running. So here it is created with the two branch, which is one branch is main, second branch is gene and fiber part-1. So that's it for this video. I hope you excited to build out the JSON Transformer API. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you do not miss out on the upcoming parts of this series where we will dive deeper into the transformation and error handling. And if you have any question, drop them in the comment below. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the